Are you full of muscles? Of course, life is much more than just this. However, having fuller shapes. I will furnish you with 15 incomparably simple hints in this video, promoting very satisfying results akin to that illustrated above. Muscle volume is increased by increasing the number of calories consumed. Half a kilo of muscle gains require 2,800 calories. If muscle protein regeneration is to be achieved, as enforced by exercise itself, then you have got to strike a balance between your time in the gym and following top recommendations on nutrition. Population trends in sports such as bodybuilding are as follows. The United States of America is an industry just on the rise, with more people seeking systems to improve both their health and appearance. According to the latest statistics, the United States has one of the highest levels of physical activity or fitness population rates in the world. This is because a local culture places great emphasis on both aesthetics and fitness. People take pride in keeping fit and often go to great lengths to build up their muscle volume. In addition, fitness trends in the U.S. vary widely from year to year. New methods of exercise and dieting are repeated in high acceptance rates as people always hanker after fresh results. In recent years, the trend has clearly been towards strength training and high-intensity physical exercise. They are seen as methods of becoming stronger while still stripping away the fat. This is what people in pursuit of muscular self-improvement with nutritional supplements are now doing. At Tip Back, above gives a hint of the way to speed things up. One can quickly proceed with this unpleasant thing, but concrete examples will follow in later chapters. Tip C surprised me too. Do strength training more often. But one of the main reasons is that many people fail to gain weight, and muscle mass is that they do not engage in training for strength. If you are going to increase the mass of your muscles, then to do it, you must train them more frequently. With increasing strength, training volume comes also greater muscle mass augmentation. Translation: increase the amount you work out means gain in more muscles. To exercise often means build muscles. For example, if you want beefy legs, then do a total of 16, 20 sets per week. Quadriceps exercises and an added 16, 20 sets per week hamstring muscle exercises. Here, the key is to strive for workouts that add strength rather than subtract calories. Obviously, doing any sort of cardio is still incredibly important. However, above all, you want to strength train. Build muscle by doing compound exercises. Compound exercises are movements that target more than one muscle group at a time. This type of workout has been scientifically proven to pack on muscle quickly, since it is possible to target several muscles with relatively little effort across many different muscles. Instead of painstakingly engaging each muscle group one at a time, you are hitting more muscles at once with compound activities, increasing both strength and overall muscle size. And that means it is probably no surprise to discover why compound exercises are the best way for putting on muscle size. Given that a study on strength training and muscle growth found that hypertrophy is the dominant factor in strength increase. Hypertrophy means muscle growth and is directly proportional to increased strength, and this just happens to be the type of exercise you're trying to learn. Different rates of repetition. The body grows fastest by varying the rates at which you carry out exercises. Indeed, according to data, muscle can generally be augmented with various repetition ranges. By training across these ranges, you are forcing your body to use different muscle fibers and energy pathways, giving your muscles more work. For most bodybuilders, muscle growth should be adequately covered by continuously performing 8-15 repetitions. When executing compound exercises, such as the deadlift or squat, a range of 5-10 repetitions is ideal. You can also try other ranges such as 10, 20, or 20. 30 repetition rates to see how effectively they generate a muscle fatigue response. Repetition ranges work best when training at high volumes and closely spaced. Training close to muscle failure. One of the secrets to fast growth is to work the muscles very hard. In other words, you should try to get that extra repetition after all. Training near to muscle failure not only has a beneficial impact on muscle growth since it achieves the maximum mechanical tension, but also means that during a set of more repetitions near to failure, your muscles are fully stimulated and grow quicker than usual. Moreover, this method of training increases muscle protein synthesis and leads to more muscular development. Finally, although it may seem difficult, whenever possible, try to bring each set to muscle failure. Cut the cardio. Clearly, in order to grow quickly, you must get more and more calories into your body. But if at the same time you are doing too much running and jumping around burning them off, well then it's surely going to be a slow process. Make any significant muscle advances successfully outweigh effect for that, and no doubt hurt hypnotically. If you commit to it, cardiovascular exercises such as cycling and running consume a lot of calories. Therefore, it is not advisable to overdo cardio when you're trying to get big and build muscles. Also, too much cardio can cause loss of muscle mass, which is impossible to reverse except with tremendous difficulty. The usual cardio is done twice a week, but in your case, it's recommended to do cardio only once a week if your goal is to gain muscle more quickly. Answer this question. How often do you like doing cardio? Write it in the comments below. Add more high-quality protein and healthy fats to your diet. Not only are carbohydrates critical to muscle growth, so are proteins and fats. Fatty foods are much more satisfying than low-fat ones, not to mention that high-fat foods are usually tastier. But look for good fats. This includes fatty fish such as salmon and mackerel, nuts and avocado, eggs, olive oil, and dark chocolate. Not only are many of them also high in proteins, which is a huge plus for muscle building and recovery. So you need more of them if you want to put on weight and pump more muscle. According to experts, if you're going to increase muscle mass and maintain muscle mass through a positive balance of muscle proteins, then you'll need to take in 1.4 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram of your body weight every day. Have proteins with every meal. Exercise wears your muscles out, so the body needs to regenerate them. This is where protein comes in, the essential building block of muscle tissue. The heavier the weight you can lift and the longer you're in training, so much the greater is your need to take in more proteins to aid recovery. It is recommended that 20 to 30 grams of protein be consumed per meal, if your meal plan is for 5 meals. Protein should come from a variety of sources, including fish and lean meat, as well as dark green leafy vegetables. If you find it hard to meet your daily protein goal, you can supplement with protein shakes and protein bars over the course of the day. Focus on a surplus of calories, not a deficit. Caloric deficit is when you consume fewer calories than your body burns, and caloric surplus is when you consume more calories than your body burns. So when aiming to lose weight, we strive for a caloric deficit. But if your goal is to build muscle quickly, which means gaining weight, then you should consume more calories each day than your body needs to burn. A surplus of calories. While you are in a caloric deficit, your body notices that phenomena. If your body thinks it's starving, then it definitely won't even consider muscle building. We eat enough to establish muscle by adding 250 to 500 more calories daily. Pay close attention to the protein sources of those extra calories. Muscle preservation and gain. According to one study, people who were able to store 45% of their fat in the form of muscle consumed a diet relatively high in both protein and calories. On the other hand, those subjects who ingested the same number of calories and little protein as part their diets managed to store 95% or so calories, fuel for muscles. Besides protein, that famous supplement for many who want to gain mass, let's not forget about creatine. Use creatine as a supplement. Studies have demonstrated that creatine is capable of significantly increasing strength and muscle mass when used over a period of time and in conjunction with a heavyweight training program. Indeed, upon commencing creatine, you can anticipate something happening in your wealth gains within a few days. And by taking creatine with a heavy weight, you can extend your margin a few florin. Casein eat. This bodybuilder's standby has long been popular among bodybuilders. When its protein enters the bloodstream more slowly than other dairy proteins like whey and plant sources, such as soy, muscles hold onto the necessary nutrients for longer intervals. Plus, according to experts, supply young people a meal of casein before bedtime, and they will be running residual amino acids through their system for 7 hours. That is, the whole night while they sleep, muscle building times at 12 noon. Some good foods to eat casein-rich before bed are Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, and milk, although any food in the refrigerator is fine. You'll love the next moment. If you like this clip, see you then.